According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, careers in health education is expected to grow by 7% from 2022 to 2032, which is faster than the average. This trend opens diverse opportunities and also places lifestyle coaching in the forefront in healthcare revolution. What is lifestyle coaching? Can it become a vital career option in today's India? If you want answers to this question, then this episode is for you. Our guest today is Sajeev Nair, who is the founder and chairman of Vieroots. He is also a peak performance coach, a longevity researcher, and an author of 5 best-selling books. So why to wait more, but get started with this candid conversation now. Hi Sajeev, I welcome you to the Crazy Careers podcast. So we will start this conversation with a very vital question. What is lifestyle coaching and what significance or impact it can bring on one's life?
That's a very good question. I would rather say that right now there is a lot of discussions going on about coaching at this point of time. I think when I completed my ICF certification way back in 2008, that point of time there were very few coaches in this country as such, and coaching was not being considered as a great profession or career. Now lots of people are getting into coaching, and now there are so many different types of coaching which is happening. One is the life coaching, which is basically to do with your overall life, more to do with psychological aspect of it, the mental well-being aspect of it. You have executive coaching primarily targeted towards the corporate executives or the entrepreneurs. And then comes the lifestyle coaching, or rather I can say it as a health coaching. So what we are focusing on is health coaching when you are talking about lifestyle coaching. So what does it mean? When it comes to diseases, you know whom to go to. You know that you need to go to a doctor. But when it comes to health, people are really confused. Now, the people who come into your mind is who are the people who come into your mind. One is the fitness trainer. There could be a dietitian. There could be a yoga trainer. These are the kind of people who come to your mind when you want to improve your health. But they are all specialized in certain domains. Like if you go to a fitness trainer, he can give you a good fitness plan. If you go to a dietitian, she may be able to give you a diet plan. If you go to a yoga trainer, so they are not giving a complete health plan. Like what people are looking for is that how can I improve my health? How can I perform at peak levels? How can I maintain my energy levels? I'm talking about people who are looking at performance, and performing in various areas of life. And also to reverse the diseases what they're going through right now. People are becoming aware that they can reverse lifestyle diseases. There used to be a time when people used to think that, okay, once you are diabetic, you are always diabetic. Now people understand they can reverse. So this is where, whom to go to comes in. That is where this new profession called the lifestyle coaching comes into play. So lifestyle coaches are those people who are having a holistic approach towards health, not just on the fitness, not just on the dietitian point of view, not just from a yogic point of view, but an overall, well-being, total well-being point of view. And our course also, what we conduct, the course is complete holistic. It takes about 3 months to complete all these different aspects. So lifestyle coaching is all about coaching a person to move from point A to point B, or rather from the current reality to a desired outcome, where the desired outcome could be reducing weight, the desired outcome could be higher energy levels, the desired outcome could be something like, performing at peak levels, enhancing my profitability in my business. So that current reality to desired outcome, how you can guide a person, coach a person to move from this to this point using proven and scientifically designed processes and techniques. That is what lifestyle coaching is all about.
Right. So, being a sports person, I think I can ask this question. So, do you think that lifestyle coaching creates a lot of impact on a sports person's life?
Absolutely. Because I would rather say anybody who is in the performance space, not just in the sports, because, a person, suppose, the definition of health is not lack of diseases. Many people think that, oh, I don't have any disease, so I'm healthy. I'm sorry. You really don't know what's going on within your body. So the point is, as a person, say I have crossed my 50s. So as a person, my interest in health is to perform at peak levels, enhancing my energy levels, performing the best, contributing to the best to the society. So these are the kind of things what I think about. So I would rather say every entrepreneur, there is a sportsman within that entrepreneur. So only a lifestyle coach can guide that person to achieve those goals.
Right, absolutely. So, can we link it with because as a sports person, like you always require a mind coach. They call it as a mind coach who will prepare you towards your goal. Not only the health aspect, but the mind aspect, like how you can visualize your winning at Olympics or whichever like platform it is required. So, can we call it as like something similar to a health coach plus a mind coach?
Yeah, mind coach is very important, but at the same time, the definition or the interpretation of a mind coaching also has changed. Because, see, if you look at pure play mind, when you are talking about mind, we are talking about something which we don't know where it resides, where it is located. We call it as a non-local domain.
Right.
Now, if you look at subconscious mind, empowering your subconscious mind, and many trainings and coachings are going on in that space. But if you look at the subconscious mind theories were born in 1960s. Say Dr. Joseph Murphy is one who wrote the first book about it in 1960. But
Right.
science has advanced. Now neuroscience has taken a major leap. Post 1990s, we know a lot about our brain. We know a lot. So that means I would rather say 90% of whatever we know about our brain has been found after 1990s. So, the moment we started understanding how our neurons function, how the neural firings happen, we started understanding that every emotion is nothing but a neurochemical, or a neurochemical imbalance is what creates emotional imbalances. And also, now, off late in 2000s, or maybe 2000 post COVID, during this time, we also started realizing that what is actually controlling your brain is your body and your gut. Because if you wanted to create the right kind of neurochemical, you need to have the right kind of gut bacteria, you need to have your cells functioning optimally. So that means the compartmentalization of something like a mental coach or a mind coach or a health coach is over, I would rather say. Now you need to look at it from a complete holistic point of view, because mind, body and brain, these three things are all connected, all linked, and it is you have to take it as a one integral approach. That's why we introduce lifestyle coaching as a course itself.
Right. So you have worked with significant companies like Bharat Petroleum, Cipla, if I can name few, and also your educational qualification says like you have an MBA degree, you have a diploma in advertisement, and also you have MSc in analytical chemistry. So do you think this diversity in education and experience in job helped you to become a good entrepreneur, I would say, or helped somehow in your entrepreneurial journey?
Nita, telling you very frankly, this was not at all planned. It just happened like that. So after
Yeah.
my graduation, because during my graduation itself, I had the dream of joining MBA, but I didn't get admission at that point of time,
Mhm.
because I studied in a Malayalam medium, government school. So my English was not good at that point of time. So I couldn't get through to good institutes. So then by default, I went to do MSc Analytical Chemistry. It was not planned. So I completed MSc Analytical Chemistry, and then again I tried for MBA. That time I got admission. But once I started learning about the management or topics related to management, I got very passionate about advertising. That's why I decided to take a PG diploma in advertising along with my MBA. And then, if you look at it, I started my career in sales with consumer electronics. You look at that, completely different field. But luckily, I would rather say this is what I always believe that even though many of the things in your life, in your career, or when you plan your career, many things happen which goes beyond your plan or without your plans. But when you reach a point, like what Steve Jobs says, when you reach a point and then when you try to connect the dots towards the back, you can see how it happened, why it happened. Now, when I started my career after my MBA, I was in sales and consumer electronics. That was the time I got an offer from a pharmaceutical company, which is more to do with product management, where my qualification in MSc Analytical Chemistry also counted. Though I was not an expert in chemistry, but that counted. Now, all those three things, that is analytical chemistry and MBA and also the advertising. So all these three things counted for a pharma company when it comes to product management of a pharma company, because it's more about designing the product, design, packaging, all those kinds of aspects come into play. So after that, I really wanted to settle back in Kerala because of my own personal reasons. So that's where I moved to a media company because of my background in advertising. I moved to Bharat Petroleum again in strategic planning because of my management qualification. Then I moved into the entrepreneurial journey. So if you look at that entire career graph, or rather the way my career has been plotted, it was just by default. There was nothing planned. I never had any career consultant or anybody. It just happened. But now when I look at my life, because now I'm deeply into the subject of biohacking. I am deeply into the subject of longevity research. Even now, I'm actually on the verge of completing a PhD. Now, when I look at that part, I now understand when somebody says that serotonin or dopamine, I understand the chemistry behind it. So if you look at, that's why you said that connecting the dots towards the back. So for students who are actually going through different courses, they should not get upset on where they are right now. Maybe at this point of time, they may think that, I'm clueless, what's going on in my life? But you will get a clue maybe later on in your life if you're patient enough. When you connect those dots towards the back, you will see that why I joined that particular course at that point of time. That's my personal story.
Also, there is a saying like everything happens for a reason. So that's exactly like it happened for a reason, and then later in your life we realize, okay, maybe
I totally agree. I totally agree with Neeta. I believe that every single thing in this universe happened with the reason. Everything happens to the plan. And I always believe that the plan is always for good. So some people think the other way around. That is where they have a bad life, I would rather say. Because these are, if you check with anybody who is successful in the corporate ladder, in entrepreneurship, in sports, and ask them a question that what is the secret behind your success? All those fundas, what we talk about, setting a goal, having commitment, determination, all those kinds of things are there, but still they're not going to tell that. They're going to tell something else. Most of them, because I've done so many interviews while I was authoring a few books, so most of them say that I was lucky. So on one side, we don't believe in luck, but at the same time, people who are successful, they always talk about luck. That is where I became very curious to understand what is this luck. So I really did a deep dive into luck, and then I realized that what they are calling as luck is nothing but coincidences. Like I met X and X connected me to Y, and with Y I started this business and this became a multi-million-dollar business. So this is a luck, it's a coincidence. So same way, your career also, if you look at it, there will be so many connecting points. And ultimately, when you reach a destination, that's the point you understand that, okay, there has been so many coincidences in my life. These are called planned events.
Right. You are also the founder of Thought Process Reengineering program. So would you like to shed light on that?
See, I used to do a lot of motivational programs early part of 2000s. I used to do events for tens and thousands of people in one go. But I started realizing that the motivation, generally we call them as motivation, but actually it is inspiration. Motivation has to come from within. Motivation, the word itself has got motive. So that means motive is goal. Motivation is driven towards a goal, which should be very personal and which should come from within. So only an external person from outside can only inspire you to get motivated. So I used to do a lot of such sessions, but I've always seen that yes, of course, after the event, people are gung ho. They are actually excited, fired up. After 2 weeks, they come back to the normal life because life hits them hard. That's where I started going deeper into the subject of why some people are successful. Given the same kind of business or job, same kind of market, same kind of product, same kind of everything, why some people become successful and why while some other people are struggling. That's what made me to go deeper into this subject of neuroscience. So I started working on a project, a research project way back in 2004-5 period, and that was about understanding how the brain functions, why some people look at the same situation a different way, why some people are getting results even after putting very little effort. They don't even put that kind of hard work what we talk about. So I could see that these are all, inside the brain, there are so many patterns, there are so many neural pathways which are being created. So that research took me to the subject of thought process reengineering, how you can re-engineer your thought process to get the desired results. And there are some papers published in the neuroscience domain on this subject. I published 1 or 2 papers. I think 3 papers has been published on this. So thought process reengineering is all about that the science of re-engineering your thoughts using scientific processes, methods, and tools. Basically, using some of the fundamentals of neuroscience.
Right. How one can become a lifestyle coach? Is there any formal education to be taken for that?
Yeah. Health coaching right now is becoming a very formal model right now. In the US, there is something called National Board for Health and Wellness Coaching. In India, there is not such a authority or a board which is there. But still, I am sure that the government is under serious consideration about it. But there are some organizations who are actually running health coaching in India. Ours is one of that. Our organization is called VGyan, VIEGYAN, VGyan. V means life, Gyan is knowledge. So VGyan Academy. So where we are running a program called a certification program in lifestyle coaching. This is in association with Indian Association of Functional Medicine, because this is deeply involved in health and well-being. So you need to have the support of doctors and medical practitioners. Otherwise it doesn't work that way. Because maybe some of your clients may be approaching you to reverse your disease and all. So you should have a better understanding about disease and all those things. So we have been running this program for the last 1.5 to 2 years now in India, and around 240 or 250 people, students have certified lifestyle coaches. This is a 3 months program course, online offline combination. Online program, but live and recorded combination. Plus, we do have 1 month of practicals, and also those people who want apprenticeship, they are being given apprenticeship with the functional medicine practitioners. And also we are also providing them career opportunities straight away. Once they complete, we ourselves give them coaching opportunities, and they can earn soon after they complete the course. So this is something which we have been doing, in India.
Yeah. You have written books in multiple languages like Malayalam, Tamil, and English also. So how has your journey been so far, authorship journey?
I would rather say that's also by coincidence and accidents, because I never been an author. I even during my college days or school days, I never wrote even in a magazine. It so happened that the first book which came in Malayalam was basically a magazine. There used to be a business magazine out here in Kerala. It's still there. It's a leading business magazine. So they used to publish kind of a series on. I used to write a column in their magazine. So one day their editor thought that, why not we compile all these columns and make it a book. So that is my first book. Actually, it happened like that and became a big hit. So after that, the leading publication Malayalam Manorama approached me for the second book. Then after that, I've been, basically I don't write for the sake of writing. Whenever I do a research, say the last book which I released was The Making of a Superhuman. This was a research which I did on human longevity and peak performance. since 2016-17, I've been really going deeper into the subject of human longevity and peak performance for my own reasons, because I was nearing my 50s. I wanted to maintain higher energy levels. I wanted to remain disease free in my post 50s. So for my own reasons, I got into the subject. I connected with a lot of experts around the world. I understand what is biohacking. Then I thought, why not I jot it down? I always, when I learn, I jot it down. Anybody will be jot. So I got a lot of contents. Then I thought, why not I create that as a book? And then came the last book, The Making of the Superhuman, which got released in India and UAE.
Yeah. What is biohacking exactly?
Biohacking is hacking your own biology. In fact, in a simple term, you can say that taking charge of your own health and well-being. See, the point is, when is that you need to depend on a doctor? When you are losing control on your own health. When is that you are depending on you have to depend on a medicine? When your own body doesn't produce enough pharmacy. Because the biggest pharmacy manufacturer in the universe is your own body. Your body produces so many chemicals inside, so many digestive enzymes, so many hormones, so many different things, neurochemicals, biochemicals. So when the body stops producing those kind of things, that's a time you need the support of an external chemical. Now, biohacking is all about understanding your own body, the way your body functions, starting from the information which is there in your DNA, because now the science has advanced to the extent that you can decode your DNA and get all the information which is being coded in your DNA, so that you get an idea about what kind of diseases for which you have a higher risk, how vitamins and minerals are getting digested or getting absorbed in your body, how your body metabolizes fat, how your body metabolizes protein. All those information is there in your genes. So if you decode that, you will get a lot of information. Then from your blood markers, you will get a lot of information. Now you have so many wearables, devices, IoT devices. This is smart ring. This smart ring actually gives you around 20 health parameters. So you can actually get a lot of information from all this about your own health. Now, biohacking is all about hacking. That means taking control of your own health based on all this data which you can procure from all these different sources using scientifically proven processes and methods.
Right. While most of the aspiring authors nowadays are focusing on writing in English language, like they want to publish a book in English language, but what was your idea behind writing books in Malayalam, Tamil, and English?
See, Tamil was a translation. Tamil I didn't write. So Malayalam and English mainly. Malayalam is my mother tongue. So, and I do have quite a reasonable audience out here in the state of Kerala and anywhere in the world where Malayalis are there. And English obviously for global reasons. So that's the reason. So you can say that you can actually do it in English itself. But I thought there are many people, especially a book like The Making of a Superhuman. I want that book to reach maximum number of people. So we are also coming out with the Hindi version of it, mainly because I have done a lot of work for that book, and there's so many tips which people can implement on their day-to-day life, which can help them to live a healthier life.
Right. Also, is it necessary? I know this is something out of the box question, but is it necessary to work in the area where you have taken your formal education?
I really don't think so. The formal education itself nowadays, I think the children are smart enough. They are actually able to understand, because there are so many options available in the market. So they are understanding where their strength is, and they are able to focus their attention maybe in the early stage itself. But majority of the people, I don't think they just go for some level of formal education. After that, they understand, they realize that this is not where I want to be. So I think you should not cling on to that education part, because education is only one part. Formal education is only one part of it. You have to continuously research on yourself and understand what you are good at. See, generally we say that 4 things when happens, at the same time, the magic happens. One is that you should know what you are really good at doing. You should know what you are really good at. So if you know that you are very good in conducting podcasts, so you should know that part. You should know what you are really good at doing. Number two is that you understood that this is what I'm good at doing. And number two is that with what I'm doing right now, is there any kind of need in the market? Like, in the sense that, can I help some other people, by doing what I love to do? So that's the second question. And third question is that, can I see any commercial value which can come out of it? Okay.
Right.
If I cannot see a commercial value, it will remain as a hobby. It will become
Absolutely.
a career only if I see a commercial value there. Okay. So these 2-3 things, once you start checking it out, you may have to do many trial and error, honestly. Then only you will know that what you're really good at doing. I'll tell you, see, right now I have been accepted as a peak performance coach. And I do major conventions with thousands of people in one go. I have a pretty decent following in the YouTube and the Insta and all those stuff. Telling you frankly, during my education, while I was doing my masters in, even when I was doing my masters in business management, I was reluctant to stand in front of people. I never used to talk in front of people. Even though I'm an introvert, by the way, I don't go for social functions and all. So, but that's why I'm saying that you should not judge yourself saying that, hey, in the school, in the college, I haven't done this, I never got an opportunity, I never did it. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter when you are in that particular space and you are getting that kick. When you do it, when I am talking to you, I'm getting that kick. So then it shows that that's where you need to focus on. Okay.
Right.
So I think formal education is good. That's fine. But at the same time, absolutely, you should be looking for that particular zone in which you can actually excel.
Yeah. So being a lifestyle coach, you must have helped a lot of people in whatever the setbacks they are having in their life. So did you also face such setbacks in your life? And if you have faced, like, who is your go-to person for that? Or you yourself, like, help yourself getting out of that setback?
Very good question. Yes, of course, I've gone through ups and downs in my life, and physically and also financially, business wise, in all spaces. I haven't got one single mentor or a guru or a coach, but in different fields, I got different people with whom I get connected. Okay.
Yeah.
So I won't say that I have got this one person whom I go to all the time. Of course, during my childhood and all, my dad was my kind of person whom to go to. But after that, it kept on changing. On a philosophical level, there are some that I have got one person whom to go to. So yes, you need to find someone definitely whom you can trust, and basically someone who has got genuine interest in your growth, in the overall your life. That's the most important thing. One of the unfortunate thing what is happening right now, especially among the Gen Zs, is that they are taking advice from friends.
Yeah.
I'm not against it, but at the same time, your friends may not be as experienced as you, number one. Number two, what is the guarantee that your friend has got a genuine interest in you? Okay. Majority of the people, they have problem. They always carry some level of jealousy, some level of envy, could be on you, and maybe you are seeking the same person for an advice, and imagine that person giving you an advice which could be actually create more trouble in your life. So always remember that you have to go to only that person who is more experienced than you in handling that situation, number one. Number two, who has got a genuine interest in the overall growth, in your overall growth. So
Yeah.
identifying that person is the most important thing.
Right. What would be your advice to our audience life generally for life and for having a successful career as well?
I think the toughest thing what people are facing is to identify what they are really good at.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it may sound very silly, but at the same time, and even I have seen entrepreneurs who are quite successful, even in their 50s. When they reach their 50s, and they get into a problem, in the sense that they start feeling bored in what they're doing.
Yeah.
So they start saying that, hey, I don't think this is what I'm supposed to do. So I think if the earliest you can identify what you are really good at, you know and
Right.
and strengthen that area, because now we are living in a world of opportunity. Especially if you are in India, you are actually living in a land of opportunity. Now everybody has got an opportunity. Anybody, you can actually come out with your own ideas and create something, and you can actually flourish in this world. So that's the world we are living in. But you need to know what you are good at, and you will know about it. Maybe some people who are lucky enough, they may know it in an early stage, but otherwise you'll have to do trial and error. Be patient to yourself. Don't make judgments. Don't compare with other people. Social media
Right.
has got a lot of goodness, but at the same time, many people are getting disappointed in their life, looking at somebody else's life, seeing that, oh, she was like that my school days, and where she is now, where I am now. Wait a minute, what you are good at. And once you understand that this is what I'm good at, give your entire focus. Even if you are spending time on the social media, you should be spending time connected to that subject. Whatever you do, you just really focus on that particular area and create something which is useful for people, something which people can get benefited out of it. I think that is where your journey starts. This can happen even when you are in a job. Okay.
Yeah.
Even when you are in a job, I'm not saying that this can happen only in entrepreneurship. When you are in a job, identify a job which connects with what you like, and then you start creating something out of it. So
Absolutely.
because ultimately, I'm telling you, I've gone through so many different cycles. I've gone through corporate life. I've gone through entrepreneurial life. I've been a motivational trainer, coach. Various roles I have played. I can tell you one thing. The only thing ultimately at the end of the day you require is real happiness, bliss. We call in Sanskrit Ananda. So that will happen only when you do the particular thing which you love to do and which is giving you results, and people are benefited from it.
Right. If someone would like to reach out to you, what would be, are there any website or anything you would like to share with our audiences?
You can actually message me on my Insta. I am Sajeev Nair. That's my Insta. Or also on the LinkedIn, I am Sajeev. That's my LinkedIn. I do have a website, sajeevnair.com. Not Sanjeev. No, generally what happens is in the North India always it's Sanjeev, Sajjeev. So these are some of the ways by which you can reach out, definitely. And definitely, if something which I can help somebody else to get a direction, I'm more than happy to do that.
Right. All right. It was really a wonderful conversation, and we really got to know about something which is yet to be discovered, lifestyle coaching. And thank you so much for being here. We really had a wonderful conversation.
Thank you so much. It was a very good conversation, and the crazy careers. I'm telling you, I like the title mainly because the career should be crazy, because people consider career as boring and they go behind something crazy. So why not you make career itself crazy? Fantastic idea. All the very best for your podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.